First story. I found out my wife had sex with my friend while I am shower. This past month, I, 41M, discovered that my wife, 49F, had been cheating on me, and it was way worse than I could have ever imagined possible. Backstory. My wife and I started dating 24 years ago when we were in high school. After high school, we moved in together, went to university, and got a cat together. We got along well, and I would always tell people that it was very easy to live with her. In August of 2011, he proposed to me, and in August of 2013 we got married. After we got married, we were financially stable enough to purchase our own place. So we bought a condo together in spring of 2018. Cheating incident. However, this past month July, I discovered my wife having sex with my close friend on one of our at-home security cameras. I confronted both of them. My friend, 33M, denied the cheating allegation, so I hung up on him. Then I called my wife, and my wife came forward and revealed she had been cheating on me with my friend since July of 2013. That was 1 month before we got married. She revealed to me that they would regularly have sex and they would send nude sext. Some of the times they had sex, I was in the house. The exact footage I saw on my security camera was from the day prior. I was just in the shower. My wife was ashamed and in tears. She wanted to stay with me. Said she found me more attractive and loved me, but I knew I wouldn't be able to live with this. A week later, I discovered more information. She was still lying to me. She had been cheating on me with this friend since June of 2011. Yep, that is right. 2 months before she proposed to me was when she started cheating on me. She had been cheating on me for over 13 years. Not only that, she also had paid for male dancers and sex masseur. Additionally, I discovered that she had told my friend that she loved him. Not because she did, but because she wanted more sex from him. Then I discovered that my friend had been secretly talking behind my back for about 3 years, saying that my wife deserved better than me. Completely awful. I cannot believe this is my life. There is more information to the story, but I figured that covers the main parts of it. A question you might be wondering is, were there signs he was cheating on you? Not really, though I will say she is very good at manipulation. I get jealous easily. However, I'd never seen her flirt with anyone other than me. So if they hung out, I would get worried and ask if they did anything together. She always said they sat like a meter apart. I didn't mind her hanging out alone with him, because they would go rock climbing and send me pictures. I am extrovert and have lots of friends who are girls and guys, so I didn't want to deter her from spending time with him. Then in July 2023, I discovered a Snapchat account that shared her cell number and questioned her about it many times. She denied it was her and said she had no idea how it got there. She sent me a news article about how people's phone numbers were being taken and stolen. She also accused me of trying to start fights with her because I have ADHD and must love fighting. This incident was the biggest red flag, and I wished I had dug more. However, I just trusted her. She genuinely always acted head over heels for me. I discovered now that that was her account and she used it to message him. Other than that, there were no signs. Most of the time he came over, I would invite him. So why would I be suspicious if I planned it? They didn't seem flirty. They didn't sit close together, and she would complain about him with me. Both she and I often tried to help him with his messy life situation, but he never followed through with any of our advice, so we'd complain about that often. So maybe I trusted her too much, but I could have never expected that it could be this bad. Before July of 2023, when I found the Snapchat account, there were no signs at all. 0. Conclusion. I know that my now ex-friend and ex-wife struggle a lot with mental health issues. Although I am sure I have not been a perfect person either. I have supported both of them by helping in any way I can. Driving them places, paying for their food, offering kind words, helping them book appointments, cleaning their living spaces, etc. I have done more than enough to show kindness towards them. I cannot believe both of them could backstab me like that. I had the honor of calling her parents and telling them LOL. I have made sure to spread the news and told my friend's family that I have nothing to hide and everyone can know everything. From what I know, she lost all of her friends and he lost most of his. I know, it's hard to believe she ever loved me with this level of cheating. It's truly disgusting and makes me feel gross. She moved out of our place and I am fighting to obtain all rights to our cat condo. Yeah, I have stopped being friends with her. I wrote her a few letters about how I was extremely disgusted and I called her. I think he manipulated her too, but still, she should have told me and let me know. Especially tell me before I get married. I wondered the same thing. She still wants me and is begging for me back. I have already spoken to a lawyer about divorce. She wants to be with him and while they were sleeping together, he regularly asked her to leave me, but she said no. He unfollowed her on everything. Apparently she's heartbroken. One of the first things I did was contact a sexual health clinic and run a bunch of tests. I'm lucky that all of my results came back negative. I actually struggle with health-related anxiety, so fearing having an STI left me panicking. I can't believe he put me in harm's way. She's lucky that we're both clean. I'm getting tested again in 12 weeks to ensure 100% clean results. Some STIs take weeks to appear on tests. Ironically, during the 3-year period my friend slept with my wife. He also had a partner at one point and he had some one-night stands and regularly escort girl. Even with all the shit she did, I still love her. It's hard to change that overnight, though I'm sure with time it'll be easier. It's hard to let go of someone you love, but I know that I deserve better than this. Her ability to lie, manipulate, and cheat is maddening. I know it's truly the worst cheating case I have ever seen in my life. I'm sure there is worse out there, but this is pretty ducking bad. They said it often happened while I was in the house, which is ducking awful. What would happen if I walked in the room? And to add to the fire, though she has apologized and seems somewhat remorseful, she's also made excuses for why it happened. I know the primary reason is a hormone change which I personally can't grasp myself, but still, it's actually insane that it went on this long. She's already moved out. I don't have anything left of her in my home. Looking forward to finalizing the divorce. She was at work and I called her on the phone. I said these exact words: "You need to be honest with me, right? Ducking now. Are you cheating on me with, insert friend's name here, dot." She was dead silent. I told her about the video and she came forward. First thing I said back was, "You're a piece of shit." Afterwards, she drove home and we talked about it. I was in so much shock, I didn't cry or yell. I left for a few hours to get support from friends. When I came back, she wrote me a letter telling me she wanted to heal with me. I thought it was a load of garbage and I had literally just found out. So I screamed at her. Afterwards, I calmed down and tried to keep things respectful. She doesn't deserve my respect, but that's who I am as a person. I don't love conflict, so I try to just ask questions and refrain from yelling. At first, her parents didn't know everything and they didn't believe me. Luckily I have video footage of it from my cameras and she came clean to them. They wanted me to stay with her or think about it before leaving. After I revealed every detail, both of her parents reached out and told me that they loved me and wanted me to be happy. They wish I could be a part of their family still, but they know I had to leave and there was no way I could stay. They wished me well. I know that she's their daughter. They have to support her by getting her help for whatever caused her to do this. But I know they are on my side. I still wanted to spend time with my friends, so I allowed her to spend time with who she wanted. She was also a super close friend of mine, so I wasn't worried about her. My ex-wife and I lived with her in condos with 4 other people. We all hung out. I also went rock climbing alone with her too, and both her. So shouldn't that raise a red flag too? Of course I did nothing with her. But I didn't want to create a double standard for her. By the time he started rock climbing with her, I already had a pre-established friendship with him. Most of the time they hung out, I planned it. I would ask him to come over and hang out with us. They would have sex when I was in the shower. So regardless if I let them hang out alone or not, it probably would have happened. I don't care in the end, I just want out. Obviously it would hurt for them to be together, but they already basically were. Second story. How do I found out cheating wife had an affair with co-worker at least 2 years. So a little over a month ago I, 43M, discovered my wife, 43F, has been having a long-term affair with a co-worker, Dave, 29M. This has been going on for close to 2 years. Let me paint a picture of my wife, Sue, our marriage. She was the most attentive, supportive, thoughtful, caring wife that someone could ever want. She did anything she could to try and make me happy. I reciprocated. She put so much into our marriage, loved me beyond belief. Our daughter said once, "Mom had ruined all women. There will never be anyone who loves me like she loves you." We had typical married fights and arguments, feeling taken for granted here and there on both sides, feeling underappreciated from time to time. No one is perfect. We've been together for 14 years, married 12. We got into an argument about household chores on June 23, 2024. She became extremely irate and brought her hand down hard on the kitchen counter. This caused her 2 phones, one a work phone, one on our plan, to fall out of her purse. It was extreme. I was not in danger, nor was I ever threatened or afraid. I guess she didn't notice that they both fell out. She only grabbed the phone on our plan. Her behavior was strange, and maybe that's what made me pick up her work phone and open it. There I see bunch of "I love you" texts, explicit pictures, sexual videos between Sue and Dave. It was absolutely devastating. My whole life was thrown upside down. Immediately I called Dave from Sue's work phone, and of course he answered. I asked him why he's ducking my wife. He feigned ignorance, saying he didn't know who Sue was. I said, "You literally answered the call from her phone." I let him know I had all the texts, dick pics and videos he doing my wife, and I am going to let everyone know what they had been doing. He went into full panic mode and started blocking me and other people he knows that know me. Come to find out, he has a wife that he recently married, but they have been together for more than 10 years, with a 9-year-old daughter. While I was on the phone with Dave, I called Sue from my phone and had a few choice words for her. They confirmed they had been having sex but neither knew how long it had been going on. She rushed home to try and minimize the damage, but it too late. Dave's wife worked night shift. She would get off at 7 a.m., so Sue would leave our bed, saying she was going into work early, but really be going over to Dave's house to have sex, etc. Playing happy couple. They would leave work and meet up in different spots to hook up or just spend time together. They even made it back to my house, who knows how many times. I was always of the mindset, cheating is the one thing I couldn't get past. I love my wife, we have been together for a long time, and I thought she loved me completely. After a couple of days of cool down, we sat and talked, agreed we both wanted and would work on reconciliation, counseling, individually and couples, sleeping in separate rooms, which was only because she still wanted to talk to Dave at night, and just taking time to get to know who we are as people. After this, start over from scratch. It has been a massive challenge. Finding a therapist was hard. She did not find a therapist. Sue continued to gaslight me, telling me how she was so sorry and that she loves me and wants to make this all work, that I'm the only good thing in her life and I'm the only thing that matters. All the while still talking, and I would imagine meeting up with Dave. She thought she was slick, uploaded Snapchat and WhatsApp to do their back and forth. She hid the apps on her phone, which stupid me, didn't even know that was a thing. Then, thanks to Dave, I found out that Sue has had multiple affairs throughout our years together. With surprise, another coworkers. What I foolishly thought was a fairy tale romance was nothing but lies. What did she get from putting in all that work in our marriage to go and screw around with other men? A question I'll never get an honest answer to. I work at construction company as full-time job of CFO. The last 2 to 3 years, I've been working crazy long hours. But I never expected Sue to cheat on me. She was always so vocally against cheating, as she had been previously cheated on. She despised cheaters. She of course put the blame on me, for making her feel unheard and not appreciated, taken for granted. I said, Sue, I've felt that way too. The difference? I didn't go out and start a new relationship with someone else. Truth be told, she did have some valid points, and she was right. The last 2 years, I was not treating her the way I used to. That was the main reason I wanted to work things out and work on myself in therapy. I am a good husband and good father. Our sex life is very active. I cook, clean, handle all of our finances. We do not have shared accounts. She would just transfer money into my account for me to pay bills, which was never a concern. I take care of her and I loved her. I know what she has given up and I know that she will soon enough. We will not be reconciling. We are moving forward with divorce. She has repeatedly chosen Dave and has been continuously disrespectful to me and our marriage. I'm hurt, feel broken, angry and just plain sad. I know I have a great support system. I know I will make it through this and there are better things ahead. It's hard to mourn our love, false as it was, and know that I'm giving up on the future we had been dreaming about. I feel bad for Dave's wife. She wanted so much to not believe any of this. I've heard he has convinced her to reconcile, but she doesn't believe that they are still engaging. Thanks for listening. I just needed to vent my broken heart. Third story. Girlfriend's emotionally complex relationship with her BFF toes the line into cheating. Salvageable? GF38F and I29M have been together for 2 years and from the start I've known she has a very close relationship with her BFF 49M. It's not unusual messy relationships, but this one is a doozy. 15 years of extremely intimate friendship, matching tattoos, a handful of drunken hookups a decade ago. I struggled to understand how this relationship could truly be platonic now as my GF says, but I was falling for her and didn't feel too threatened then, especially because GF and BFF lived on opposite continents. We disagreed on this friendship multiple times, but it never escalated into a major fight as I always believed my GF was being honest. Fast forward into recent months and we moved together to BFF's country, and GF has visited BFF for week-long visits twice. Both times I couldn't come due to logistical issues. I expressed uncomfortableness but GF insisted their relationship is purely platonic, and she'd be visiting BFF with a family member anyway, so it wouldn't be them one-on-one. Her relationship with BFF was always very opaque, so I checked their text messages, fuck around and find out. I know. The bad, flirty, teasing texts in the first month or two of GF and I dating. Pet names, deeply intimate messages. I love you, I care about you so much, you're my soulmate and a friend, etc. GF rarely expresses her feelings to me like this. She's very loving but not expressive with words ever. The good, GF brings up multiple times her commitment to me, requests to set boundaries between her and BFF, and reiterates how important I am to her. As time has gone on, there are no more flirty texts, and they admit to each other that despite how much they love each other, my introduction into GF's life means their relationship must change and BFF must step aside. What the fuck do I do now? As it stands, GF knows nothing about my snooping and thinks I'm just uncomfortable with their relationship. I'm certain admitting to snooping will end our relationship, but these messages have me utterly torn. I feel sick looking at GF and thinking about the way she talks to BFF, but there isn't anything especially damning. They toe the line of close platonic friendship, and as time has gone on their relationship does seem to have become more platonic, respectful of me. It feels a waste to throw in the towel for this when their relationship trajectory seems to be becoming healthier now. Thank you so much for any opinions or advice.